Hello my students, our lesson today will study the multiplicative inverse. To get the multiplicative inverse of the matrix A, at first, change the sign of the element of the principal diagonal of the matrix A, then change the sign of each of the element of the diagonal of the matrix A, other diagonal of the matrix A. C. Multiply the result matrices after carrying out of the steps A in A, B by the determinant or by the number of 1 over determinant of to get the matrix A. It will be A negative 1. So the multiplicative inverse of A equal 1 over the determinant multiply this matrix. At first, if A equal to 0, 3, 4, prove that the matrix A proves that for the matrix A there is a multiplicative inverse. To prove that the matrix A have the multiplicative inverse, we have to get the determinant of the matrix A. Determinant of delta of the matrix A equal to 0, 3, 4 equal 2 times 4 equal 8 minus 0 equal 8. So if the matrix A have the value of the determinant, so we can get its multiplicative inverse. So multiplicative inverse of A equal 1 over delta multiply the matrices, change the principal diagonal 4 and 2 and change the sign of the other diagonal 0 and negative 3. So 1 over 8 multiply the matrix 4, 0, negative 3 and 2. 1 over 8 multiply 4 equal half. 1 over 8 equal 0, negative 3 over 8 and 1 over 4. Is there the multiplicative inverse for the matrix P? At first, find delta of P, delta of this matrix, negative 5, 5, negative 3, 3, negative 5 times 3 equal negative 15, minus 5 times negative 3 equal negative 15. The result, it will be equal 0. So we can't find this matrix has no multiplicative inverse because it's a determinant equal 0. Try to solve. Find the values of x which makes the matrix x 9 4x has the multiplicative inverse. At first, this matrix has the multiplicative inverse, then the determinant not equal delta not equal 0. So x square minus 9 times 4 equal 36 equal 0. Let the determinant equal 0. So x square equal 36. So x equal positive or negative 6. So the matrix has no the value of x has no multiplicative inverse. Values of x that make the interval, the matrix has no multiplicative inverse is 6 and negative 6. If x equal 1, x 0 and negative 1, prove that x power negative 1 equal x. At first get delta of x equal 1 multiply negative 1 equal negative 1 minus 0 equal negative 1. So x power negative 1 equal 1 over negative 1 multiply the matrices, change of the principle of diagonal negative 1 and 1, and change the sign of the second other diagonal, and negative 1 multiply 1 equal 1, negative 1 multiply x equal x, negative 1 multiply 0 equal 0, negative 1 multiply 1 equal negative 1. So the result, it will be equal the same of the matrix X. So matrix X equal matrix X, multiplicative inverse of matrix X. Try by yourself. If P equal X and negative X, Y 0 Y, prove that P power negative 1 multiplicative inverse of P equal this matrix. At first I will get delta of matrix X negative X Y 0 and Y, multiply the principal diagonal xy minus negative minus 0 equal xy. So P power negative 1 equal 1 over xy, multiply the matrix by the change of the principal axis, principal diagonal, and change the sign of the other diagonal. So the result equal B 1 over x equal 1 over x, multiply 1 over xy, multiply equal 1 equal 0, and equal 1 over y. So P negative 1 equal matrix of 1 over x, 1, 0, and 1 over y. Thank you, later alligator, Mr. Ahmed Nashar.